the schema for kind of taking a mark and making it into a grade, for example, saying like anything above 90% is A plus, those have been stable for quite some time. So I don't think people are kind of taking the same mark and giving it a higher grade. It's more that they're in their own heads, they're thinking this quality of work is now an A, whereas in the past it used to be a B. And I've talked to people who were at Vic, for example, like 10 years ago, and then they came back as mature students or they came back as tutors. And they say that, yeah, like what used to be a C is now a B, what used to be a B is now an A. So yeah, I think
Mm.
that's the way it usually happens. I mean, we have heard of some things like during COVID, apparently, Auckland and I think University of Otago as well. Some of the top brass, I think maybe even the vice chancellor in Auckland's case, they actually mandated across the board lifting of grades by 5%. So they just said, oh, we need to be nice to the students. Let's give everybody a grade boost by 5%, which is obviously going to lead to higher grades in a way which isn't linked to student performance, right? They didn't say something like, let's give higher grades, especially to the students that we think are good. Let's be extra generous. It's like, no, let's just give everybody higher grades. So yeah, it happens in several ways, but I think the main way is just that, the sense of what an A is and what a B is changes over time.
What does it mean for the bigger picture? Having a declining confidence in university grades out there in the wide world, and I'm thinking, in the world of employment, I mean, that's not a good thing to have in the minds of people who really are interested in finding well-qualified people and who want to rely on those qualifications.
That's right. I think it's sort of put a lot of doubt in people's minds. And my boss here at the initiative, Oliver Hartwich, he talks to business leaders, and they often say that they interview, graduates from New Zealand universities. And, the CV may look glowing, but then you interview the candidate and you think, what's going on here? They don't seem to have the knowledge and the skills that you'd expect from a university graduate. So I think, for a long time, universities can get away with this because they have a lot of cultural authority. People think, oh, you've been to uni, you must know how to write a sentence. You must be sort of numerate to some level. But I think that's changing now, and we're going to see. I think the universities have a real fight on their hands. They're going to have to be competing now against, actually better forms of online learning than they offer, and startups. You can do like web development now at private institutions, and try and get a job in tech that way. So I think universities are going to have to raise their game in this regard, and of course in many others as well.